Good evening, people of the grid. It's Wednesday. I'm here in Winnipeg. Flew in super early this morning. That was a tough hit to the system. I had to get up at 5 in the morning Calgary time, which is the time zone I'm used to. That's 1 a.m. in Hawaii. And caught my flight out here, had a full day, and now it's 7:30 at night already, and I'm just heading back to the hotel. I haven't even checked in yet, so I'm gonna go get checked in. I haven't worked out because I got up so early and had to get to the airport. I'm gonna try and get a workout in. It's super important that I do because I want to stick with this program I've started. Today's gonna be tough because all I want to do is just go to the room and lay down and sleep. But tomorrow I've got an early breakfast meeting, so that means I don't want to be getting up in the middle of the night. So I'm going to try and force myself to stay up. I'm going to go do the workout. It's tough to get motivated when you're tired, but that's what I'm going to do. All right, made it to my room. Nothing special. You get the idea. Just a basic room. Had an idea. We just got back from Hawaii, and what we usually do right after one of our vacations is we start thinking about where are we going to go next. Now, we already know that. Next year, hopefully it's going to be next year, we're going to go to Disneyland. And so what I need to start doing now is start planning. See, I think I'd mentioned before we use Disney vacation points. So I'm going to take you guys through the process of how we do that, and then maybe I'll share with you kind of how we decide what we're going to pick and which room and where. Our next trip, if we're going to Disneyland, is going to be to California. That means we're staying in Anaheim. And that means we're going to stay at the Disney Grand California. That's the name of the hotel that we stay at when we go to Disneyland. We use our Disney points to stay there. And again, we want to maximize the length of time that we're down there because it's super expensive for us to fly there. And so if we go, we want to stay for as much time as we can, and we want to make the most of our Disney annual pass, which means we want to get into the park as much as possible. We're crazy that way. So I'm going to start looking at the rooms, and like I said, I'll take you through the process. Won't do that today, but I'll share with you how we sort of come about, which room we pick or where and how long and all of that stuff, just to give you a little bit of a more understanding into the DVC points thing that we signed up for and we've been really happy with. We wouldn't stay at such a nice hotel in Hawaii if we didn't have that. So that's been kind of nice that way. Here in Winnipeg today, it was a beautiful day out there. It's unbelievable. Most of the snow here has melted. I think more snow here is melted than back home in Calgary. Spring is almost here, not quite, almost. All right, I'm dressed like I'm gonna work out. Got my runners on. Got my bottle of water. I really don't feel like working out, but I get to read when I'm working out. In Hawaii, I finished up the second book by the guy who wrote Ready Player One. It was called Armada, also a good read. And then I switched over to Ender's Game. Tammy's already read Ender's Game, and she said it was really good. And so it's a series of 5 books. Downloaded them all when I was in Hawaii, started them. I'm still in the first one. I'm loving it. And since I'm not such a big fan of going to work out, but I am a big fan of reading books, this is about the only time I get to read, so that's why I'm here. Well, I got the workout done. I basically had to trick myself into getting down to the gym with something that I really love to do, which is to read. The book, Ender's Game, it's really good. It's really good. It's not, the movie did a good job. I haven't gotten through the first book yet. It's a little different. There's a whole lot more context and background story in the book that is really, really good. So I love reading that, and that's what I kind of tricked myself into getting on the treadmill to do. So it was worth it. It was good. I didn't want to go. It's always hard for me to go at the end of the day after I've eaten and I'm tired from work. All I want to do is just decompress and relax. So I'm going to do that still, but I'll just have a little less time. So I'm glad I went. As to the planning of our next vacation, that's where this bad boy comes in. That's the next dream. So we know we're going to Disneyland. We don't know when, and we don't know when, and we don't know for how long. But what I need to do is just start figuring that out. So when I get home this weekend, Tammy and I will put our brains together and sort of start planning what the dates are. We're really affected now by the school year, and when the kids get a break, spring break, Easter break, because Ethan's in grade 10, it's just harder to pull him out for a longer amount of time because being away for a long time, he gets so much homework stacked up. So we got to figure that out. This time change, I'm just sort of plowing through it. I think I'll be much happier when this week is over because by then I'll be much more adjusted to our home time. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for, again, for watching with us on the Hawaii trip. We had such a good time out there. I use this to hold up my camera and it's not sticking. Oh, that ought to do it. Yeah, so thanks for spending time with us. I'll get to your comments probably later this week once I caught up on work and stuff that fell behind back home while we were away. You know, the usual stuff that you got to pay bills, yeah. Anyways, hope you guys had a great Wednesday. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. If you're working out with me, keep doing it, even if you don't want to. Trust me, I think you'll feel better. Keep doing it. Miker out.